Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
What's up, guys? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. You guys can go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. So today, I'm sure the reason a lot of you guys are here is for the DFW risk we do have today. Large hail is possible, so we're going to talk about how large that's going to be, when all that is going to start up, and what it's going to look like. And then tomorrow, that risk is going to shift eastward into the Gulf Coast states as more of a wind and tornado threat. And it's going to continue into Wednesday for the central part of Florida for, again, wind and tornadoes likely. So we're going to take a look at those back-to-back-to-back risks here in a second. But first, our upcoming events. The first of those is going to be one more shot at the 2022 hail forecast. This one's at AKW Roofing and Exteriors, March 23rd at 11:30 a.m. This is for the National Women in Roofing meeting for March, and yours truly is going to be presenting the 2022 hail forecast. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to come out and see that, or if you haven't been at any National Women in Roofing meetings, come out and see us March 23rd at 11:30 a.m., and that is in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Then after that, sign up for the Orca Mini Roundup. This one's in Oklahoma City as well, or this one is down south in Oklahoma City on March 29th. So this one's going to be on 420 East Britton Street, and it's free, $3.99, my favorite price. So come out and see us at the Orca Mini Roundup for our final upcoming event for now. Then into our current conditions, we're going to be pretty clear across the west as usual, pretty clear across the southeast for now, but jumping down into the DFW area and East Texas, that's where we should have our risk for today. What's going on here is there is going to be a super mild cold front, but a pretty strong low pressure system. And so our low is really what's causing this storm system to initiate. You can kind of see it spinning away up through the central northern part of Texas and Oklahoma. And as that pushes eastward, it's going to ignite some storms into later this evening for the DFW area as well as much of East Texas. Houston, you guys are also in the risk for some hail and wind as well. So currently 46 degrees in Denver, 33 in Minneapolis. We're pretty cool and dry across the central, the north central, and the western part of the U.S. here. But then down in Kansas City, it's 58, 62 in Dallas, 73 in Houston. And then we also have plenty of humidity to go around for East Texas, 52 degrees in Dallas for our dew points, 54 down in San Antonio, 60 in Corpus Christi. So plenty of humidity and plenty of heat that's going to develop throughout the day, and that's going to continue to stream up the Gulf Coast from the Gulf of Mexico into Texas. And with that continued humidity and with that continued heat appreciation, we will start to see some chances for severe storm development. Then into our forecast CAPE. So if you guys, again, if you're new to us or if you just need a refresher for the spring, CAPE means convective available potential energy. It's just how much energy is in the atmosphere to fuel hail. And so we really need to see some higher values in that to get that larger hail. And that's what we have into this evening through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is 5:30 p.m. Storms are expected to initiate right around 6, and we're getting those moderate values setting up right over the metro area as those storms start to develop and move in as singular rotating storms. They're going to feed off of all of that instability, continue to push east. That's going to taper away as those storms develop, but we could see some potential for some large hail because of all that. Then into our future radar, so here's what we have for this morning and afternoon. Not a whole lot going on right now. It's going to be a pretty clear, pleasant day for you guys in Texas, But then around 6:30, things are going to start to change. So we'll see those isolated storms popping up again right over the metro. And when those storms stay singular, when they stay alone and get that chance to rotate, that's when we see those updrafts that can support large hail as well as possible tornadoes. So we're going to see those all the way down the 35 corridor near just north of Austin here. A couple of singular storms in between 35 and 45 here. So again, we're going to start out with that tornado and large hail threat. Then things are going to start to band up as they move out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So once we're on the east side, we're seeing that band start to form. Again, just getting north of Austin here with that. And then still some singular clusters of storms making their way through the far eastern part of Texas here. But then once we get towards 10 p.m., we really see that band start to ramp up. So here we are moving all the way down and into Austin now. On the tail end of that, we still could have a couple of chances for hail along with those storms, again, that stay singular. And then Houston's getting started around 10 p.m. with some loner storms as well. A couple of those could produce a couple of hailstones here and there, but then we're mostly going to see that transition to wind happen at around 10 p.m. as this band shifts eastward. So we're watching that move through the Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama area, and this is by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. New Orleans is going to be waking up to some nasty storms moving through, gusty winds with those, and again through the Lafayette and Alexandria area, we're just getting out of those gusty and damaging winds as we move into the southeast and the Gulf Coast states for tomorrow's risk. So for our max hail size today, considering that we have that cape, considering that we have those loner storms, and considering that we have a lot of heat and a lot of humidity, I'm going to give you guys tennis balls as our risk for today for that max hail size. We've got what we need with those rotating storms, and so I could see a couple of those storms producing some pretty significant hail into today and tonight. So where that's going to set up, here you guys go. Our risk is going to be all the way from southeastern Oklahoma into the Houston area. Thank you to C3 Group for making these graphics possible here. All right, so we got quarters to $half possible anywhere through that swath, and then once we get into that area where we see those loner storms starting to initiate and really develop, that's where we're going to give you guys those higher hail chances. So Houston and Austin, low end chance for you guys to see some quarters to $half into tonight since things are banding up as they're moving over you, and we're starting to lose that instability. But Dallas-Fort Worth, you guys are a different story. High end chance to see hail tonight. And if those storms can strengthen and intensify enough as they pass over you, yeah, you guys could get some 2 to 2.5 inch hailstones passing over with those loner storms as they track eastward around 6 to 9 p.m. tonight. Then Shreveport, things are starting to wind down as they pass over you, but we still did see a couple of isolated storms passing over the Shreveport area. So hell yeah, we could see some quarters to $half in the Shreveport area as well. But really where we're centered for that large hail is our zone of maximum instability and most singular storms, and that's Dallas-Fort Worth for you guys tonight. So you guys are at the best chance to see some hail into this evening and afternoon. So looking into our wind for tonight, it's going to be a similar risk area. We're going to put you all the way from southeastward Oklahoma down into Houston and then expanding a little bit eastward into Louisiana. So if you guys are in Houston, if you guys are in Shreveport, Waco, or Dallas-Fort Worth, you guys all have a moderate chance of seeing some gusty winds. These are going to be with those loner storms. So again, Dallas-Fort Worth, you got a large hail threat, but you also got that tornado threat as well that you want to be aware of. Same with you guys near Waco area. We'll get those supercell structures moving over you guys into this evening, so you just want to be weather aware for that. San Antonio, a little bit far south to be in on the action, but still including you in the risk today at a low end for damaging winds. And then Shreveport, New Orleans, still got a moderate chance for you as that band continues to race eastward into this afternoon and into the overnight and early morning hours. So it's going to be a long-lived threat into the next few days here. So for you guys in Dallas, here is your city forecast. Storm timeline, we already covered that. It's going to start up around 6 p.m. and then it should pass over you guys by 9 p.m. and be well on its way out east. The maximum, okay, so actually your chance of any severe hail is moderate. Chance of larger hail, again, is moderate as we get those supercell structures moving over you. But then for that maximum hail size, if you guys can get hail, it's likely to be large, and that's up to 2.5 inch hail. So it really just depends on the track of those supercells, but it does look like they're all initiating right near the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and then tracking eastward over you guys. So again, depending on where those set up, you have a pretty good chance to see some large hail tonight. Then into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at Similar risk, cutting that hail way down into tomorrow. Going to look more at tornadoes and wind as well, but it's going to be tracking through the Gulf Coast area and into Florida. So this is by 6 a.m. when New Orleans is waking up to all of that thunder, lightning, and wind. That's going to continue to track eastward into the morning hours. Tons of stuff going on over water, but really we're watching as these storms start to stream onshore. We could get a couple of those rotating and a couple of gusty winds passing over as those continue to track eastward tomorrow morning. So there you go, just a couple of those loner storms that could produce some rotation and gusty winds. And then by 6 p.m. we're starting to move over the Tampa and Miami area. So as those come onshore, again, damaging winds possible as that line continues to track eastward into the late evening and overnight hours. And then we start up again the next day with more severe weather possible with this back line that's going to continue over Florida for Wednesday. So lots going on into today, tomorrow, and the next part of the week. Here is your wind forecast for Tuesday. All right, starting where we left off with that wind threat for today, and that's going to track all the way over the Florida Peninsula. So if you guys are in Mobile, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Melbourne, Tampa, all of you guys have a low end chance to see some gusty winds with any of those singular storms that come up onshore, and then with that band that passes over the Florida Peninsula. Tampa and Melbourne have the best chance to see some rotation and some tornadoes as well. So again, those tornadoes, really want to stay weather aware for all of that. As our spring starts to pick up, these chances get better and better, so just be on the lookout for that. Then into Wednesday, like I said, similar story over the Florida Peninsula, all the way from Daytona Beach down into Miami. We could see some severe weather passing through as that line continues to make its way offshore. So plenty to go around for the next few days, plenty of active weather to talk about. If you guys have any questions, we're happy to answer those in the comments, so feel free to reach out there. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also have TikTok, so if you're a talker, I guess, then follow us on TikTok. And you want to hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube as well, and that notification bell so you always catch us when we have that live storm coverage. Then you can also call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details. And thanks as always for watching. We'll keep you updated. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.